morning to everyone out there. I wanted to make this video. I'm trying to educate some people. I love debates. I love watching debates. I love to debate people because I try to take facts. Ben Shapiro, who is one of the leading conservative voices out there, likes to say, facts don't care about your feelings. They don't. You can be offended. You can have your feelings hurt, but it doesn't make what is being said untrue. The facts do not care about your feelings. So hats off to Ben Shapiro for coining that little phrase. There's so much disinformation being put out by the media, so much disinformation being put out by leftists, and I want to put a difference between leftists and liberals. There are some liberal people that are decent people, but there's not very many leftists that are very decent. Without decency, we cannot have debate. Without decency, we cannot survive as a society. If all we do is attack each other, if all we do is bring each other down all the time, we can argue, we can debate, we can have civil discourse without getting at each other's throats. We can have civil discourse without tearing each other down and going on a character assassination campaign, if you will, upon the person that we disagree with. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is free speech. This is the reason why I'm able to do this video. This is the reason why we are able to meet and gather and protest and let our opinions be made known. Free speech is the reason why we are able to speak out against our politicians, against our leaders. Try speaking out against the leadership in a country like North Korea. You are going to be persecuted to no end. This is why I love living in America. It's the greatest nation upon the face of the earth. There is no greater nation that has ever existed in the history of this planet that is greater than the United States of America. Now, I'm going to take a sip of my sweet tea here. I am from the South. It's what we do down here. One of the problems that we have in our society today is everyone is offended by everything. Now, that's okay to be offended. You have every right in the world to be offended by whatever I may say, whatever may come out of my mouth, but I don't care. And that's the beauty of it, is I can also be offended, but you shouldn't care if I'm offended or not. If I'm offended, that just means that I disagree with you. But that doesn't mean that I can take it out on you, that I can try to shut you down. I'm just trying to make a point that free speech is important. It's a constitutional right, the First Amendment. We have the right to free speech. We have the right to say what we want to say without fear of the government coming in and arresting us. And if you're offended by what I have to say, I'm not going to apologize for free speech. I'm not going to do it. So, trigger warning. I'm probably going to say some things that are offensive to some people. It's not meant to be offensive. I don't want to offend people on purpose. But sometimes what you say offends people. And even these social justice warriors are going out and saying, well, it's okay to punch a Nazi. Well, Nazis, whether we like it or not, they have the right to free speech if they're here in this country as citizens. If you are a Nazi, you have that right. Nazis are idiots. Racists are idiots. But they have the right to be deplorable. They have the right to be racist. They have the right to hate people. You have that right. A person can say what they want to say as long as it does not trample upon the rights of another. Leftism wants to limit free speech. Without free speech, protection for Americans, the government can fine you. We see in the case of Canada with their hate speech laws. The thing they say is hate speech is not free speech. Well, actually, yes, it is. Hate speech is free speech. And that's why I'm against hate speech laws and hate speech regulation. Because if you want to say something hateful, if you want to be a bigot, that's fine. You can be a bigot. The free market says, hey, you want to be a racist? That's fine. We don't have to have a law against racism. Market says, hey, you know what? Nobody's going to come to your restaurant anymore because you're a racist. We got to let the free market do the policing when it comes to bigotry and racism and all of these things that are absolutely deplorable. Listen, uh, free speech is important. You want the government monitoring your every word? Do you want the government monitoring what you can and can't say? No, no, absolutely not. We want freedom. That's what this nation is about. Listen, comment, like this video, share it, subscribe, most importantly. Thank you guys. Have a good one. And like I said, subscribe. Thank you.